Who the Fuck Did I Marry? Season 2, Part 12. I think I left off where I'm going to Pittsfield Work Camp to pick up H because he's getting released. So I show up, he gets out, gets in the car, we start to drive, and like right away he tells me that he needs to help Voldemort because he is going to lose his parole spot or whatever. And I'm just thinking, like, I don't have enough gas money to, like, deal with this right now. I work. I was doing college courses online. And we actually, I guess I started the fight about money and not having the money to, like, deal with that situation and drive all the way there to get him or whatever. And he kind of tells on himself and starts talking about how that, like, because I start complaining about how much money I sent him on his books like every week, and because he was so adamant that he needed 100 a week to survive in there. And I don't know how things are in prison. I've never been to prison or whatever, so I don't know how things work inside there. And so I always made sure that I sent him 100 a week. Later on he started asking for 200, and then the times that I would only send him 50, he would blow up on me like over the phone and like freak out and spaz out, and then I'd feel guilty and get upset and try to find a way to get him more money. But anyways, he told on himself because that entire time I was giving him money, he was giving some of it away to, I guess, other inmates in there, especially Voldemort. Because like later on he starts asking for 200 a week so he can keep 100 for himself and give 100 to Voldemort. So I was like, that's nice. So I'm like paying for other inmates in there, like it wasn't just for you, because I could have used it for other important things that I needed to do, like pay bills and pay off debts or whatever. But anyways, I tell him that I want to spend time with him. I don't want to just rush off and like to go get him and like have another person around us or whatever. Like I figured he'd want to spend time with me before even like going to like hang out and kick it with Voldemort or whatever. So, but I guess he didn't. So I think only 1 or 2 days go by, and then we're off to Morris, Illinois. That's where he was, I guess, at. His girlfriend lived in Morris, to go pick him up. And actually, when I get to Morris, that's when I think everybody kind of knew or was in on it or something, that his girlfriend was going to come with too, because she wanted to hang out and she's never been on U of I campus or whatever. And I was just like thinking in my head, like, great, another mouth to feed, because obviously I'm not going to sit there and be like, do you have money, before they get in the car or whatever. And I'm not like that. So I was just more worried about paying for stuff and another mouth to feed, like I said. But anyways, reluctantly, I still did what he wanted, and we went and got Voldemort and his girlfriend. And so, supposedly it was only supposed to be a week, 2 at the max, that she was going to be with us, and she was going to go back home because she had a job or whatever. I mean, Voldemort was going to stay because he needed a place to parole, because whatever was happening in his life over there, something about his family, and that he had nowhere to parole or whatever. So I already know that he was staying. But, like, he said he was going to find a job, and then, of course, H said that he was going to find a job. I already know that takes time to do that, especially for a person with, like, a big rap sheet or whatever. It's doable to still get a job, but I know sometimes it's tougher to land one, like, right away. But anyways, so there I am, driving back home, thinking about all these different finances of, like, if I'm going to be able to afford to do all this, because H still smoked cigarettes. He needed cigarettes. Voldemort smoked cigarettes. She smoked cigarettes. They all drank. And I don't know why I took on this, like, that it was my responsibility. These are 3 full-grown adults, and I'm very well aware it's not my responsibility. But like I said, my caring nature and just wanting to make people happy, and I don't know, it was stupid. I'm stupid. But anyways, so there I am working at Eagle Wing still, and I'm doing college courses online and taking care of 3 full grown adults. Obviously I'm not like, well, I was buying him clothes because he had no clothes or whatever. Only had like little things before he got locked up or whatever. And also his body size changed or whatever. So he was like, I need clothes. So I had to get him clothes and of course get them all their cigarettes and all that, feed them, whatever. And I don't think they really ever cared or noticed, but like when I would cook dinner, I don't know if there's anybody else like this, but when I would cook dinner, everybody else has to get their food first before I can eat. I don't know why I do that, but that's just what I do. I want them to all like get their food. Like sometimes I would be left with very little portion, and sometimes not, because they would also all smoke weed, so then they would have the munchies and like, and then guys, period, they they eat a lot or whatever, and have big appetites and fast metabolisms or whatever. Anyways, so I don't know, I started getting stressed out from like all the financial burden, but I kept on doing it. And sometimes I would like drink with them, and like they would want to go out to different bars or whatever. Of course, I paid for that. I'm starting to lose track. Sorry. And they said that they were still looking for jobs or whatever. Of course, I couldn't like confirm all this because I would be working, doing my online school stuff, and then trying to rest a little bit before I had to like get up super early in the morning and do everything again. So, and also it's overwhelming, I don't know, acting as like, I guess, a mom and to everybody. Like, I know it's difficult to take care of kids and afford everything, but like 3 full grown adults that are should be able to do things on their own wasn't. And obviously I'm not gonna let them starve and not eat, so I always made sure there was like snacks or whatever. Sometimes if there was something that I wanted for myself to like eat and I just wasn't ready to eat it, I'd have to like hide it, and sometimes they would find it and they would eat it, but that's also sucked. But people at my work actually started feeding me, and that was kind of like embarrassed. I never told them the situation. I was just always like not eating during break, and there's kind of like, this is hard work, like you need strength, you need to eat. And I'm just like, oh, I'm just not hungry, I just want to smoke my cigarette and then get back to work. And then just randomly like different coworkers started bringing in food and giving it to me at lunch. But anyways, I'm gonna stop this one right here and continue my story.